right, so our second topic is what's under the mask. What's under the mask? So our lyric reference says,
Hope you never find out who I really am, 'cause you'll never love me.
why do people feel the need to wear a mask? First of all, just why do people just feel the need to even have it on, especially as relates to in a relationship?
I can use my instance, for example, when I spoke about like past hurt and things that happened in my childhood. Fear of you knowing like the stuff I've been through. Are you gonna judge me? Are you gonna look at me different? Like, oh my God, what?
Yeah.
You know, it's all that and embarrassment. Honestly, like you never know what people go through. You never know what people are dealing with. And for years, like I try to bury it come back up. I try to, cry to myself, talk to, like I didn't have nobody to talk to about it because I felt like at a point, like I think I kept saying like nobody understands me. Nobody. Like every time I got upset, had an anxiety attack about something, it came out, nobody understands what I'm going through. And it's like a cry inside because I want you to understand. I really want you to know. I really, really want you to know so you can feel what I'm feeling or just be in my space, but I don't know how to say it yet. So that mask is there because it's like, can that person handle that? Can that person handle my real truth? And are they gonna look at me different? Because what we have right now is just so amazing. I want to live in this moment.
Right.
I want to be in this moment because I've been hurting for so freaking long.
Right.
Now I'm finally happy. If I tell this person this, I can ruin all that. So it takes a special type of person to be able to deal with not only the things they're going through, but to deal with your hurt too and help you heal.
Yeah.
And once I realized he was that person, I'm like, he could probably handle it. All right. I went to counseling, matter of fact, and I didn't say anything. This lady just so happened to be a spirit guide. So, like, my father passed when I was 10. But I'm his only child, wasn't invited to the funeral, didn't know how he died. So it was a lot of unanswered questions for me on my part. And I was ripped away from my dad at the age of like 7 or 8. And my dad was like this, so as a kid, you kind of like, what happened? What did I do? Like, and it goes back to parents not handling, being adults and like conversating and like figuring something out for the kids' sake. So it was a lot of that. A lot of daddy issues, and that kind of led into my bad relationships. Because I'm looking for somebody to take that spot, but you're really not, and I'm gonna just deal with what you're saying to me because I just want somebody there. And how can I tell this person that? How do I let all this out and then let this person know people I confided in were actually a part of my abuse? People that I looked up to was actually a part of my abuse.
Wow.
And I mean, I feel like he was kind of taken away by it, like set back for me and was like, wow. But the media was like, that's why you were so angry all the time. I was like, yeah. But after like that part got out, after, I was able to like rip off everything like, F it, this is who I am. Either you're gonna take me as this crazy, messed up person, or I'm gonna just be by myself. Like that was my mindset.
Yeah.
Because it was just so much that I just felt like nobody would be able to handle that and still say they can love me genuinely. But once again, he proved me wrong. And here we are today.
Here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to when you were talking about burying it, just because I feel like you have a lot of people who do try to bury certain things that really just need to be more so dealt with as opposed to just buried, because like you said, it keeps coming back up. I haven't dealt with it in 6 months, so I'm good. But then that 7th month,
it's a trigger, right?
Right. Something happens.
And it comes back up.
Right. So like, what were some things that you were doing, I guess, to tell yourself, all right, I'm good, when you were burying this thing, like when you were trying to deal with, like, what were those?
I think after a while, I just became very nonchalant about a lot of stuff. People would tell me like, you're not the same, or you so like just laid back about stuff, you don't care about what happens, and it was true. Because if I allow myself to care, then I'm still thinking about, you know, my past, and I just want it to be over with. I just don't want to think about this anymore. Like, it brings up too much hurt. I'm sorry. I'm tired of looking weak and crying all the time when people don't understand why, you know, and if I try to tell it to a person that I feel like will understand, and they kind of like just brush it off and look at me like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious right now? Did you erase that from your memory? Right. Because I didn't and I can't, you know. So it was a lot of just, I was just real nonchalant.
Yeah.
I would fight like a lot, and just and it also like the fighting and stuff came from somebody triggering it. Like, I would never initiate a fight with anybody because I know, like, I just got so much anger and rage. I don't know what I'm liable to do. And whatever triggered that emotion, like, I would straight up black out on you. And that wasn't a good thing. Like, so I tried to remove myself from certain situations. But honestly, it was just me being nonchalant about life. I mean, the only two people I care about at the time were my kids. Everything else didn't matter to me. Make sure I do for them, I got them, or whatever, because everybody else want to see me feel so bad because I had kids while I was in school. Like, I had never been in a situation where y'all just want me to feel that damn bad. Like, for real? Okay. But that was like my motivation, that was my drive, and I kind of just blocked everything else out after that point. Like, my kids saved my life.
Wow.
Honestly. So.
Q, for you, what did you see that made you, hey, stick around and say, hey, I think that I can be that positive influence that can help her with everything? Like, what did you see that did not scare you off?
For one, I have feelings tatted on the inside of my arm.
Okay.
So anything that she could have told me that she went through, it wouldn't have triggered me to leave. You know, whatever you went through, that's your past hurt. And me being a person that's a problem solver, like, how can I help you get over that? How can we get past that? Because I see your potential. I know where you can be. I know you should be. You're not there yet, but it's not your fault. So how can we get there? And that's really, honestly, that's my approach to not just, you know, the building of our relationship, but just the building of life in general. I'm a problem solver. And I mean, she was worth it. Yeah, I could have been left in the earlier phases of our relationship, but me understanding who she was, and you know what? I think it helped the fact that we were best friends. She meant that much more to me, and I did not want to see her like that. You know, I always loved her, but you know, to fall in love with somebody is a different thing. So you know, once I fell in love with her and the kids, like, they deserve so much more. And I say it to this day, if I would have met a random chick back in the day with 2 kids, would I have married her or been with her? The odds would have been different. I was already attached to them. Like, I was at every baby shower.
Yeah.
I made sure they had soap, Pampers in the tub. So it was a different relationship, different attachment, and she deserved so much more. And in my honest opinion, I don't think. And it's a lot of guys who throw shade or try to go back behind my back and talk shit about me or saying they could have been better. None of them guys are as strong as I am or could have did the job that I did. And I stand behind that fact. I don't care how much money you got, who you think you are, you can't do what I can do.
Yeah.
All right. Is it? Do y'all think there's ever, let's say that you had a friend or, you know, if you had a client, is there ever a time where it's, I guess, safe to wear your mask? Is it ever okay to have one?
I mean, typically I wear a mask every day.
Okay.
I train in Buckhead.
Yeah.
But they don't see the cameras and road side of it.
Right,
you know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
I wear a mask every day.
I like that. Yeah.
So, but when I come back to cameras and road, I take my mask off. Like, dawg, what up, boy? You know what I mean? So we all wear masks. You just have to kind of know when, where, and who. I don't wear a mask with her.
Right.
I don't have to. She knows me inside and out. I know her inside and out. I know everything about her. She knows everything about me. from the stuff you would be ashamed to tell somebody. I'm not ashamed to tell her anything.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Because at this point in life, it's always funny. You know, the stuff we did as kids, it's funny. So, we laugh about that kind of stuff. And I think that's what makes us perfect for each other. You know, things she don't like about me, I find humor in it. She hates when I leave my shoes in the floor.
Big ass shoes, I be tripping over.
I have a lot of shoes, but I thought that was funny. You know,
I think we recognize each other's flaws.
Yeah.
Like, when we got, especially when we got engaged. Like, I was like, oh, he getting on my nerves. But he like, so you get on my nerves, and I just like, so. But we go back and forth. I can't make up a bed to save my life, and he'll tell me like, you thought this was a good job, and I was like, if you don't like it, fix it. And it's the same thing. Like, we just do certain things better than the other. We'll joan on each other about it, but it's like we know each other's strengths, we know each other's weaknesses, and that's okay. Like, he's not the typical male as of, oh, she better fix my plate, dinner better be ready right, because I'm gonna look at him like, who your mate? Not me. You better go back to your mama and tell her to fix your plate. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I just got in with you. What do you like? So we have a better understanding in that
but she
aspect.
knows I don't let her fix my plate.
Exactly, because I don't fix enough, as he would say.
She
Like,
don't fix
she don't fix my plate,
I
right?
fix my own plate.
But in the past, we have had people say, oh, you gonna make him fix his plate? I didn't make him do anything. He told me not to. Or at the time, he has 2 plates in his hand, one for him, one for my son. I got me and my daughter. It's because we are a team at the end of the day. We don't have these certain stipulations on each other or whatever that some couples do, but we're not a traditional married couple. We do things our own way because what works for us works for us, right? But we'll have people like look at us like, y'all really do that? Y'all allow this, that, why y'all so tight?
And to that point, I think that's where a lot of relationships, I'm not gonna say fail, but they take a hit, which hits lead to failure. Is you set expectations on a person.
Big expectations.
Big, like, you know, it's a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, in real life, the woman cooks, cleans.
Yeah, traditional.
The husband, he works, come home, eat, go to bed. No, I think that's where people get this thing all mixed up.
Yeah.
No, whatever needs to be done needs to get done. I don't care who do it.
Yeah.
So if I get home, and I'm up at 4:30 every day. But if I get home at 7:30, 8, and she's doing something, we gotta eat, I'll cook.
Yeah.
I don't care. We gotta eat.
Right.
And vice versa.
Yeah. We're not big on takeout either.
Yes.
Like,
This needs to be washed. If I'm there and I'm, in the moment willing to wash them, I'm gonna wash them. But I don't let them vacuum. I run the vacuum.
Yeah.
I don't like when he wash because some colors get mixed in.
If it ain't white, it's dark. You know?
No. My bright colors all dingy. So because he mixed everything in the towels, I'm like, you cannot do that.
Now, I don't wash towels with clothes. I don't do that. But red, black, blue, it's all the same.
No.
You know, one red shirt ain't gonna damage your pile of dark clothes.
That's my philosophy.
You know what I mean? But it's the stipulations that hurt relationships when you should just come together and be a team.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of relationships fail, is because so many relationships try to depict themselves upon the expectations of society instead of each other. You know what I mean? And so now we're in a relationship with each other and we're denying ourselves because we're trying to be what society says we should be. And people are not realizing that traditional mindset was so many years ago and things have changed. So it's like mentally we can have the concept that records have now turned to Bluetooth, MP3, whatever, right? But we can't have the concept that relationships, how they look back then, now look differently. So now we're trying to mend together the idea of something back in the 1960s to the 2000s, you know what I mean? And it's not meshing. And so because it's not meshing, we're trying to force something and we're denying ourselves, and now our relationship is failing. And we're not understanding why. And it's because we're trying to be something that we're not supposed to be within ourselves, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And it's also the fact that it's a lot of open stuff going on these days. Like you're inviting outside people into your marriage because y'all want to spice it up a little bit. But I mean, we have these conversations all the time. But I'm very, very adamant about like, shoot, you want me to switch it up? You want me to wear a blue wig today? Like, you want me to throw some contacts in?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to look like today? I can look like her.
I can look like her.
But I feel like some women like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not, You want me to wear what?
Mm.
I don't wear shit.
Yeah.
Sure. You want me to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like once our relationship, if we ever get that boring, you want to spice it up a bit, let me decide. And then you follow along with it. But for you to go pull somebody up, we got problems.
You know?
I'm a knife bitch. Cause I'm like,
I'm the leader, but she is the king of the jungle.
Yeah. That was a great example. Because going back to your question, which was, is there ever a time where it's okay to wear a mask within a relationship? Originally, my answer was no, because I feel like your mask, without it being on, it makes up who you are, right? So when you take your mask off, whatever all those layers are, is who you are, is who the person fell in love with. They may not know what those layers are called, but it still makes up who you are. But your example, those are masks.
Yeah.
When you switching up the contacts, the hair, all of that, that's the okay time to wear the mask.
Right.
Is when you're saying, hey, okay, I hear what you're saying you want. Let's work together. I can meet you in the middle, and we're going to make it work.
Right. And honestly, with us, it's such a goofy situation. Like, we'll be like, okay, I'm going to be this person tonight or whatever. You just be waiting for me. And I'll try to do some sexy dance, and I'll probably like walk on my ankle because me and heels don't get along that well.
Yeah.
And now they messed up the whole room, so we got to laugh about it. Like, okay, action. You know what I'm saying? But it's us making it fun for what works with our marriage.
Right.
And at the end of the day, if he asks me to, hey, I want you to wear this blue rainbow looking, okay, I don't know what you into today, but you gonna try that shit out.
I was see if she was gonna do it.
But that's my husband. My job is to please my husband. If this is what you want me to look like, if this is keeping you right here, focused right here on me, okay, let's do it.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
It work both ways.
Yeah.
You know, can't just always be on the receiving end.
Right.
Gotta give a little bit.
What are some of the dangers of entering into a relationship under false pretenses?
I think it's a setup for failure. Like you're entering it fake.
Right.
Period. You know what I mean? So what you're putting on this persona and what this person is initially attracted to is not even the real thing. So you are already setting them up like for failure. Period.
Exactly.
Because when they find out, it's a wrap.
Yeah, like when they find out and when you unveil this mask and it comes off, because it always comes off. Eventually comes off. Yeah, it always comes off, and now they're looking like you changed. But the problem isn't that you necessarily changed; is you became who you were, who you are.
Right. Or who I've always been. You just saw me on Instagram with some filters and a nice little app that made me look real good. And a waist trainer on. But when you saw me in person, I took this shit out. Bam.
Yeah.
Right.
And you like, what?
Right.
Come on now. You didn't tell me that. But at the same time, it could be two different ways somebody approach that. Okay, she a little shit. We can work that out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
but
that's
I like
still
her.
open.
But I like her personality.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
But it's so much fake stuff that goes on Instagram, on social media. You got to keep up with this person. This person doing this, so I got to do this. Well, not necessarily. Like they're manifesting in their own lane. Let them. What's for you is for you, and it's your time gonna come. But at the same time, you still got to put in the work.
And so many people are losing who they are because they're trying to meet so many other people.
Absolutely.
So it's now we have this one big blob of the same people. You know what I mean? Because nobody has personality, nobody has character, everybody is just the same now.
Yeah, but why do you think that is? You have these guys that have all the money, supposedly, and that's who they're falling for.
Yeah,
they
but
don't
they'll be a
want
mess
the-
too because these guys in Atlanta be renting cars for days.
Talk about it.
Okay,
Talk
just
about
to
it.
pull up and be like, oh, and then the fake girl. It's just like a whole fake
Yeah, it's like
relationship.
a fake-
Yeah.
But to that point, some people, those men are open about it. Like they'll secretly rent those cars just to flex for the gram. And to that point, I told her, I said, I'm not gonna buy a $100,000 car. I can just rent it for the day. But I wouldn't do it to flex. I would do it because tonight we're going out.
Yeah.
We want to drive this.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get tired of that car note every month. You know what I mean?
Right.
That car gonna be cool the first month. Then after that, you like, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And so you can use stuff like that to your advantage, and have fun with it, or you can use it to flex and put out a bad perception, and now people think you got it, but you don't.
But the fact is, you got to keep up with that flex for so long.
Yeah,
Right.
and people get tired. You get tired.
Right.
After a point, you gonna run out of money.
Yeah.
Now you gonna broke just to flex like that. Don't make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
That don't.
That's
I
a
rather
bad
my
investment.
in-person interactions. Like people ask me all the time, why you don't flex? I mean, why you don't post like such and such? Why you don't do these like she do? Ooh, where your app at? I don't want to do all that. Like, and I don't have to. Like the people that keep me good
Yeah.
and keep our pockets looking very healthy.
Yeah.
Not even on Instagram.
Yeah.
Why? Because they actually like in-person interaction. This becomes fake. And people with real money, they not really checking for who on Instagram.
Yes.
They checking for who.
Facts.
Hey, who gonna come talk to me in my house?
Facts.
Let's have dinner.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's go have dinner on my yacht.
Facts.
But just because I'm not posting all that, don't mean it don't matter. I'd rather be in the moment. Enjoy that moment. I have so many pictures archived for my memories only.
Yeah.
Because some people just do not want to be put out like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to respect that.
Yeah.
But then it becomes like real thirsty if I'm like,
Yeah.
just spit real quick, just so I can say I was with
Yes.
that person. Like, how uncomfortable do you have to make this person?
Yeah.
They're
And
actually
people do
They're
it.
actually humans too.
People do it, and I feel like it's so unfortunate that the world we live in, where people don't feel like it's valid
Right.
unless you're posting for social
Right.
media.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I, you know, like I said, I do real estate, so I've seen some people and other realtors where they're forcing people in these uncomfortable situations where they're posting their new homes.
Yeah.
And you're not asking the client, like, are you okay with me posting your home? Are you?
Right.
And some people want that for their private lives, but it's like because they need to be validated amongst social media to feel like, hey, this is what deems me as successful. I gotta violate your privacy in
Right.
order to gain, you know what I'm saying, my validation.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
In all honesty. But we all fall into that hype sometimes. But it's just the people that constantly have that mask on. Like,
Right.
how do you do that every day? Today, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
this is what you get today.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm cool with it. Like, and you like, dang, she act like a dude. Yeah, I admit I am kind of a tomboy too. Like, you get both sides. But that's
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
That is so me. Like, and it's just a lot of times that we won't eat or we forget to post or because we're in the moment. We're actually enjoying ourselves.
Exactly.
Like, I don't feel like picking up my phone because
Right.
I've been on my phone doing business all
All
freaking day.
Right.
I've been behind cameras all day. I don't
Right.
feel like it today.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually
Right.
just want to enjoy him and actually listen to the conversation with
Right.
him.
Right.
And actually have a genuine conversation. I can
Sure.
retain the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Some people, you can be like talking to them and they won't even remember what you're talking
Nope.
about the next day because they're so busy in their phone.
Yes.
And it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
why did you invite
Right.
me out?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of effect that has on a person or a relationship when, like how you said, like, I've been on my phone all day for business and you have that boundary cut off. But for those who don't know how to have that cut off.
I feel like that's just people constantly seeking validation.
Yeah.
And honestly, it does not matter how much money you have. It's people with billions and insecure
Very
as I don't know what. And I'm like,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
but when you go into that family dynamic and you see, oh, because, you know, the person you're living with don't respect you. Like, they talk
Right.
to you like you crazy. That's where it
Mhm.
trickles down from.
Mm-hmm.
Or you feel like you have to be around a certain crowd of people in order for you to feel beautiful about yourself.
Right.
And or like you feel like you gotta hang with a certain crowd of guys in order for you to feel like you got money. But when you go home, do you still have money? Or like
Right.
How do you sleep?
right.
Right.
Knowing all that you did with falsely.
Right.
How do you sleep? How do you wake up in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
I think for me too is when people have on, whatever their mask is, whatever their flex is, and then they attract a certain type of person, and then they complain about a certain type of person.
Yeah.
that
But
they
that's the
attract.
same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what you're putting out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Both of y'all faking it till you make it.
Right.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot from guys when they say like, "Oh, gold diggers," right? But it's
Mhm.
like, but you're getting this
That's
fancy
the
car
image.
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
impress this
Right.
type of girl who's gonna like that type of fancy car.
Right.
So you're attracting what it is that you're putting out, but then you're, like you said, you're also complaining about it. So that's not really what you want. Then you got to first take off your mask and show
Right.
your genuine and authentic self.
Yep.
Just you throwing money in the club, like who you think you're going to attract a
Yeah.
certain type of individual. Like,
Yeah,
what
who
you talking
wants
about?
you to throw money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause they watching.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They come watching
Right.
to see who gonna throw
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
money.
That is their job for the day.
Right.
Buy me a sucker today. And I found one.
Yeah.
So we have some parting gifts here. So the first one says, transparency is key to a successful relationship. A relationship built on lies will never be strong enough to endure the storm it will inevitably face. The second one says, as it relates to both visible and invisible masks, such as makeup or jealousy or any of those things, what you see after the mask is removed is the start of what needs to be changed or developed more before offering yourself to another relationship. Third one, people lie in fear of consequences of the truth. It's possible that you could be lying to be with someone you were never designed to be with in the first place. And then the last one of the dangers of entering into a relationship under false pretenses is not knowing someone's true reason for being with you. Some people are only in the relationship for the look of love and not the life of love.
Yeah. So as we talk about the dangers, we're talking about deceiving your partner. We're talking about not giving your partner the opportunity to actually get to know who you are, and we're also talking about now you're creating a barrier of non-trust.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Listen, if you didn't get anything from this, you have some issues that we cannot help you with. I definitely appreciate our very, very, very special guest.
Yes.
Please tell them how they can find you, how they can get in touch with you.
Follow me on Instagram, the only Quortnee _ the only Quortnee with the Q, UORTNEE _.
And you can find me on Instagram at the_holiday with 2 L's SZN, the holiday season.
And our business page at Evolution Performance W.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you for having us.
This is nice. This is so nice.
This is awesome.